My name is David Harrison Grice. Welcome to the Grice Report, your unfiltered daily voice for truth. Today, I read something that really freaking pissed me off. So apparently, the ICE Gestapo Special Forces and the Department of Homeland Security have been eyeing my home city for a new concentration camp. Staten Island, New York, Fort Wadsworth, they want to put a concentration camp right there. You do that, you're going to have Broadview. I will be out there every single day. There will be hundreds of us. You underestimate Staten Island. We showed out 2,000 people strong for No Kings. You best believe we'd probably have even more if you decide to build this camp. You might take this as a challenge, but we make this promise. You will not see a moment's rest while that camp is in operation if you choose to move forward. So think twice. And then we talk a lot about the ICE Gestapo and the CBP stormtroopers, kind of how powerless people feel and how they're looking for their leaders to do something. Well, I saw something very beautiful today, just to kind of swing back to a little bit of joyousness. So this comes from KOIN, and this is from Oregon. Now, please understand that Oregon is still undergoing a severe attack from the ICE Gestapo Special Forces and the military forces. They are not letting up. And in fact, it's hard to find anything about Oregon unless you search. But I want you to see this because maybe your city can be inspired and start your own Justice Bus program. So let's look at the Justice Bus and what that really is.
There's been an increase in ICE raids and arrests in Oregon. Now, one nonprofit group taking a new approach to ensure those arrested have their rights protected. There's now a van parked outside the ICE facility in South Portland. It's known as the Justice Bus. That van operated by the immigration and refugee advocacy group Innovation Law Lab. It's equipped with everything for a mobile law office, Wi-Fi, computers, legal books. There are also multilingual lawyers on board offering free legal services. They talked to us today about why they believe this service is so critical.
The Fifth Amendment does not take a vacation day. So we show up, the lawyers show up where due process is needed. It has been very challenging to be able to bring due process to a system that is intentionally designed to exclude due process. The lawyers have had, ICE has intentionally excluded the lawyers from the facility, has intentionally denied people access to attorneys.
The van also solar powered, allowing it to travel and operate in even the most rural parts of the state.
That's super Portland, right? From the same place that brought you the Portland Frog, you got the Justice Bus. Now, this is a fantastic idea. I'm not sure if this is in operation in other states, but I do recommend, especially in Charlotte, North Carolina right now, that you go ahead and you start a program like this to have access to lawyers and to be able to be mobile like that, because you know that the ICE Gestapo and CBP stormtroopers don't stay in one place very long. So if you like what you're hearing tonight, please remember to like, subscribe, and down here we have an email address, thegricereport@gmail.com. Again, that's thegricereport@gmail.com. Please send us any tips, leads, story requests, any kind of interactions that you've had with the ICE Gestapo, the CBP stormtroopers, and over 250 subscribers now. Thank you so much for all of your subscriptions. Please do hit that subscribe button and spread the news out there. Share these videos with your family and friends. Let's get the word out. Let's get the truth out, because that's all we're doing is telling you the truth that you might not find anywhere else. The Charlotte Observer, they reported that about 130 or more have been abducted just over the past weekend from Charlotte, North Carolina, by Greg Vivino and his Gestapo troops, the stormtroopers. Now, the reason that we've shifted the language here, and I'll explain that, the ICE Gestapo were kind of like, a lot of them were plain clothes, they were wearing masks, they were just abducting people off the street. Fits the definition of a Gestapo, right? Well, the CBP stormtroopers, they are an ethnic cleansing force. They're just going in and grabbing anyone and everyone that looks the part. And that's an ethnic cleansing force, and that's what the stormtroopers are. So that's why we're calling them stormtroopers. And Gestapo Greg Vivino is definitely a wannabe stormtrooper leader. And I say that because I don't think he's tall enough to make the cutoff. And I'm short, so I could say that myself. So you got no leg to stand on. But all right. So enough with the cordiness. Let's talk about what Trump is doing with Epstein. He's suddenly saying that he wants the Epstein files released. Okay. So a couple of reasons. So this is all conjecture on our part, an analysis based upon educated discussions. We feel like, number one, he could be potentially securing all the no votes in the Senate so that it doesn't advance to his desk. Number two, and this is the dumbest option he could take, and that would be to have Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and the rest of them scrub references to his name or restrict or classify certain files and only release others. That would make him look guilty no matter what. The third is that he is kind of trying to make the narrative work for himself. Right? So he's trying to shift the narrative into a place where now he's the hero because he wants it released. And then he's hoping that either people will accept it or stop talking about it or whatever it is. But obviously, the dude's a loser and he hates to lose. So let's see what comes of that and what really happens when that bill hits his desk. Because that's going to be the deciding factor. Because I happen to think the House and the Senate are going to vote to release the files. It's about time we get justice for the survivors. And remember, please do send us any tips that you have. If you have any breaking alerts that you have going on in your neighborhood with the ICE Gestapo, if suddenly they show up where they're not expected, thegreisreport@gmail.com. We are always happy to take that tip. If nothing else, thank you so much for watching tonight's episode. Thank you for joining the resistance. Thank you for choosing us to be your daily voice for truth. And have a great night.